I'm close personal friends with Jay Sekulow. I have a relationship with John Dowd, and I'm going to work with Don McGahn and other people to just make sure that we're on message and we're handling ourselves in the most appropriate way possible.
The new White House communication chief and former Fox Business host Anthony Scaramucci setting some of the boundaries between his office and the president's legal team. For more details on those boundaries, we turn to Jordan Sekulow, executive director of the American Center for Law and Justice, and yes, the son of Jay Sekulow, who was just mentioned by Scaramucci there. It's nice to hear your dad's name mentioned as a friend of the new communication chief. What about
Anthony's a good friend.
What about this separation of information, if you will, between what the president's legal team is doing and the communication chief? At some point, they have to answer certain questions about, for example, Robert Mueller's investigation, do they not?
To some extent, but for the most part, you're going to have most of those answers, as you've seen in response to this latest leak, it appears, out of the special counsel, which is pretty serious. If this was an actual true information to the Washington Post, David, about the special counsel expanding their investigation well beyond Russia and the Trump campaign to President Trump selling a house in 2008 and buildings he licensed his name to, not even he owned, but licensed his name to, well before there was a campaign, well before he was even a candidate.
Well, let me just ask you about that.
Those questions will get answered by the legal team. They would not be answered by the White House.
Okay, but the president already has said, outside of his own communication team, to the New York Times in the interview yesterday, that he thought that Mueller doing that was going beyond what he should be doing. Is he fishing? Is Robert Mueller fishing for something on President Trump? What do you think?
If this leak is right from the special counsel, first of all, that is very serious that they are starting to leak information like that. Second, if it's correct, the president is right. It would appear to be phishing. Same thing, I think, David, another good example, the fact that the special counsel told Senator Dianne Feinstein that it's fine to put up forward some of those folks like Jared Kushner or Paul Manafort. Why would you do that to the special counsel, allowing them to testify even in open hearings if you don't have anything there? So it does appear to be a bit of phishing, and the attorney's role here as the president's counsel is to step in and make sure, remember that Robert Mueller and his team, they have a mandate. I've got it in my hand. It's from Rod Rosenstein, and it says you can investigate Trump campaign's contacts with the Russian government, and of course, it was their criminal activity.
So he's going beyond what this guy
that
has been mandated to do. There is also a story out today in the New York Times, not surprisingly, that President Trump is doing some fishing on his own, not only on Robert Mueller, but on the background of the people that are working for Mueller, that his investigative team. Of course, Bill Clinton, we know, did the same with Ken Starr, but is that going on as far as you know?
Well, I think every attorney would do that. Especially in a situation like this where you could have, these are people who have been involved in the political world of law, where they've been appointees, they've been bureaucrats, they've had private practices, and of course we know that 3 of them have made significant political Democratic campaign donations. The number one conflict is probably between Mueller and Comey. Comey being the source of the leak that led to the special counsel, and you can argue that, as we believe, that was illegal, that leak, but they are best friends. They once offered to resign together if President Bush and General Ashcroft did not do what they asked. So these are guys with a very close personal relationship, and that brings things. Listen, you go through the normal process. It's not to be nasty. It's part of the law.
Okay, Jordan, we got to go, but very quickly, Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, is the one who started all this by recusing himself. That led to Robert Mueller being appointed by Rosenstein. Should Sessions resign? Quickly.
I don't believe that Attorney General Sessions should resign. I think he serves at the pleasure of the president. He's a good friend of ours, was a great senator, and you know, he serves at the pleasure. If the president is does not want General Sessions in that position, he'll let him know that. But no, I don't think he needs to resign at this point. The special counsel's there.
Jordan Sekulow, good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much.